It's Rick and Reese.
Yeah, ISO, that's it right there.
It's the Rick and Reese Show. It's Rick and Reese when the streets buzzing. Let's get it, cousin. The hottest show in the whole world. We did it, cousin. In church suits, 10 boots and fitteds, cousin. It's the charisma and the culture that we live in, cousin. It's Rick and Reese. Let's go. It's Rick and Reese. It's Rick and Reese. Let's go. It's Rick and Reese. Give you the news and interviews and inner peace. All you gotta do is tune in to Rick and Reese. It's Rick and Reese. Yes, sir. It's Rick and Reese. It's Rick and Reese. Yes, sir. It's Rick and Reese. You could be all over the world, but you here with me, and we appreciate that. It's Rick and Reese.
What up, what up, what up? Man, you already know, man. Turn that volume all the way back up. We got part two.
Yes, sir.
It's your boy Reese. It's the raspy one, man. I'm sitting next to the greatest co-host on the planet, Rick Jones.
Oh, Reese, man, you're far too kind. Listen, we recognize you could be rocking with anybody in the world right now, but you're rocking with your boys, Rick and Reese, and you already know.
We appreciate that. Listen, man, we told y'all last week that we was going to have a part two, man, just because it's just so much meat to talk about when we talking about AAU, the state of the college basketball with this portal and that frenzy.
Hey, man, I must be a prophet. I knew we couldn't have this guy on for just 20
minutes. Hey, I'm going to be honest. You said it,
I must be a prophet.
You said it. Hey, and part two might not be enough. Yo, we just going to rock through it.
Rock through
and, you know what I mean? We're going to see what we can do.
No, we got to get him out of here, though, man. His wife is
Nah, it's mandatory. It's mandatory. So, Coach, we was talking about last week. We was talking about the portal and how many kids. We're gonna start here. Now, how many kids are in the portal?
Well, I just checked on that. There's over 2,300 kids in the portal.
Oh my Jesus! 2,300.
So I don't know if you guys are aware. You're probably not, but I know that the NCAA has been talking about changing some things as far as the transfer portal is concerned. Taking away kids being able to just transfer whenever they want, like they do now.
Right.
I mean, there's some kids that's been to 4 schools, 5 schools.
Right.
It's just crazy. But the portal right now is really hurting high school kids. If you're not a 4-star, a 5-star, it's really hurting the high school kids.
Because the college is going to the portal first. The recruiting is coming from the portal first.
Yeah, I mean, like, why would I as a coach, I'll give you a prime example. I texted a coach the other day and said, Coach, call me. I want to talk to you about a player. He sends me a text back and said, you know, if I can't win with him, then I don't want him. So what he's saying to me is that I knew what he was saying.
Yeah.
He wants somebody that can come in and help right away because now their jobs depend on it. And here's why their job depend on it. Number one, I'm giving you money. And that money is coming from the university and the boosters, right?
Yeah.
Number two, if I bring you in, if I bring in these players and we're not winning, guess what's going to happen?
Out of there.
I got to go.
Wow.
Their coaches are on a short stick right now. Why do you think there's already been 2 or 3 of the top coaches that have stepped down? Because they don't like this NIL. They don't like the state of it. They don't like having to deal with these agents and deal with all this because now it's a business.
Yeah.
It's a business now.
Take the fun out of it.
Takes the fun out of it.
Coach and recruit. Jeez, what? That's crazy, man. That portal has changed the game. How long has the portal been in existence?
It's been about 5 years now.
Is it 5 years?
Maybe 5 years. And I could be wrong.
Wow.
But it could be more than that. But we can Google that. Honey, can you Google how long has the transfer portal been around, please? Thank you.
And while she's doing that, what's the biggest misconception about the portal, the transfer portal?
I don't know if there is a misconception. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's a misconception
Yeah.
about it. I mean, you can transfer wherever you want. You can leave when you want.
Now, these kids could get stuck in the portal though, right?
They do. I'm glad you brought that up, because what happens is a lot of times kids jump in the portal.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't do nothing at their school.
Mm-hmm.
2 scenarios. And they have no film.
Because they didn't play.
They didn't play. So why would I come after you when I come after this guy?
Absolutely.
Even though he's been there 2 years, he might have only played 1.
Yeah.
But still, I got film. I know what he does, and I know that he's played. You haven't played. You might have practice film.
Yeah.
And so, but you'll go somewhere probably, but not to the same level where you are. You may have to come down to D2, or if you're at high major, you got to come down to mid major or low major. So I help a lot of kids with their recruiting, and I help kids that's in the portal.
Okay.
So what I found out is that from other college coaches is that if they don't have no film or nothing like that, then they're put on the back burner until they get done with the people that's got the film. Now, this guy may have some talent. They know he's got talent because they remember him from high school.
Right.
You see?
Right.
But they're going to go after the guys that they can see film on, that they know they got talent. So once they get done with them, they'll say, okay, well, let's talk to him now. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and then a lot of guys are stepping down to D2 and low major because they want to play.
Man.
They just want to play.
Man, that makes a lot of sense. Now I know. Like, so Reese is 40 years old. He got stuck in the portal.
but here's the saddest thing about it. The saddest thing is that a lot of these kids they have no direction. And they have nobody that's really helping them that knows what they're doing. They just jump in the portal.
My goodness.
The dads don't really know. So the dads say, hey, you're not playing. Let's get out of there. Jump in the portal.
No guarantee you can get recruited.
I tell kids all the time, Coach, they call me and say, Coach, I'm thinking about jumping in the portal. I'm not playing, this and that. You're a freshman, right? Well, where you going? Where you going?
Right.
Why are you jumping in? You're a freshman.
Right.
Let it play itself out. Now, next year, if it's not working out, then revisit it. But just hang in there. And go back and just keep working hard. Work on the things that go sit down with your coach.
Right.
You have no idea how many times I tell high school players, college players, go sit down with your coach and just have a conversation.
Yeah.
Coach, what is it that I need to do to play?
Right.
But you got to listen to him and then do what he's telling you to do.
Absolutely.
Now, are they educating parents on is there resources where the parents can be educated on that portal process? Like, obviously we sitting here talking and we're hearing you talk about some of the cons to getting into that portal. Like you said, you're a freshman. Is there anybody that's educating the parents on this portal and how your son, everything ain't roses if your son go in there?
There's a lot of people don't have nobody to educate them. Like, I just happen to know about it and how it operates, but you can Google and go on there and read about it. That's what I would say. Before you let your kid jump in the portal, read up on it.
Yeah.
Talk to your coach and find out, okay, if he jumps in the portal, coach, do we have a chance to come back? 70% of them are going to say no. Because especially if they don't want you to jump in the portal.
Right.
But there's people that jump in the portal that's the leading scorers at their school. They're getting paid, but they want to see if that grass is green on the other side.
Wow.
And I've seen guys that went to other schools and played, didn't do nothing, but they was getting busy where they was before. You see it every year. But now they come to this school and they ain't did nothing. See what I mean?
Is that a business?
That's case in point. the kid from Tennessee, the quarterback, who wanted $4 million instead of 2.
He didn't get what he wanted
And then
to
he
get
ended up going to UCLA for 1.7.
because UCLA coach said we couldn't give him that, and we told him
Wow.
we want you, but we can't give you what you asking for.
Wow.
So how did that make him look?
Right.
Why didn't you stay at Tennessee?
Right.
He already said he had no problem with the coaches.
Mm-hmm.
He had no problem with nobody. He just wanted more money. That's greed. But that is the state of NIL right now. That's the state of NIL right now. And it's happening everywhere. Y'all probably just don't read about it. But it's going on all the time.
Man.
But here's what's going to end up happening. A lot of players in football and basketball in college, they're going to stay another extra year. Because instead of putting their names, if they're not a for sure draftee,
Right.
they're gonna stay and get. And then our player, if my son is, they're paying my son $500,000 or close to $1 million, but yet the scouts are telling him he's gonna be like a 6th round pick or a 5th round pick in football. No, stay right where you are.
Yeah.
Stay where you are. Play another year. If you enjoy it, make that money.
Absolutely.
You know, enjoy it because you can't go back. But you 5th, 6th, 7th round, you're probably out. Ain't that many of them that go there? They might make the practice squad or something like that. But
unless you should do
that's like Shador. Well, listen, I've been, I don't know. It's a possibility he may not even make the team. And then today I saw a film of him walking into the Browns facility, and guess who was with him? Well-off media is filming everything, and that's what people don't want. And that's what they was talking about on Get Up today, on First Take today, and I watch all that stuff. So I know what they're talking about, and they're saying this is what all the college coaches, the pro coaches and the GMs,
all the headline, the
they
attention,
don't want
the
all, yeah, they don't
attention
want
they got to
that.
get what coming.
Right.
Wow.
And now you walk into the facility, and you still got them filming everything you do. At some point, they're going to tell him, no, that's a no-no. We're not going to have that at our practices and all this.
Wow.
But anyway.
So you talk about, obviously we know ranking, stars, that stuff factors into the scholarship offers, the NIL offers. But how do they, I watched the Bansta and Peterson flip-flop for a whole season. I kept watching. One was 1 week, the other one was 2, then next week the other one, or these, broadcasters, they got the band says number 1, but then the next week the broadcaster got who is the end all be all that gets to determine this kid is the number 1 kid in the country and he's a 5-star versus this kid's a 3-star? Like who decides that, or is it just politics? Or
well, no, it's your top prep writers, but it also kind of starts from when they're, they watch them all the way from junior high all the way up, so they see what you're doing, and then not only that, but a lot of times kids get ranked on potential. Like sometimes you'll see kids get ranked on potential, but right now they're really not that good.
Yeah,
but they see the potential or the long run in them, so they start putting them up here. But it doesn't matter, because I tell kids all the time, don't worry about the rankings. Really, to be honest with you, don't. But there's so many dads that they just want their kids to be ranked so high. Worry about them getting better. You know what I mean? Don't worry about the rankings. I tell parents that all the time. I do. I say, don't worry about the rankings.
Yeah. Because some of them ain't even,
Yeah, so what if your son is ranked 72? Why has he got to be ranked 30, 50?
He ranked.
He's ranked.
Right.
And even if he's not ranked, if you do what you're supposed to do, everything else will play itself out. You know how many, look at Florida, that just won the national championship. None of those kids, not one of those starting 5 players were highly recruited. Not one. Wow. Not one of them was a 5-star, a 4-star. Yeah, yeah. Not one of their starting 5, and they won the national championship.
That's crazy.
One of them started out D2. Yeah.
Wow.
So that shows you right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Just go to college and play basketball. Just work on getting better.
Yeah, yeah.
You didn't hear about Cooper Flagg until He was like a junior.
Like seriously,
Yeah.
Nobody
Came
heard
out
about
of
him.
nowhere.
That's
Like
weird.
Because he's out of
nowhere.
Maine, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But he played in that EYBL,
Okay.
and they saw him as a junior, and he was just
Wow.
but he's a talent. Yeah,
He's a real deal.
Yeah, he's a dog.
Coach,
he's
man.
a real deal. But let me say this about AAU real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Now AAU is so watered down. There's so many teams. Mom and pop and the grandmother's getting a team now.
Right.
So you've got all these teams, and they're making these kids believe that if you play on this team, you're going to get seen, and it's going to get this, which is far from the truth.
See, that's good info right there.
Yeah,
Educate them.
It's far from the truth.
Mm.
If your son, first of all, make sure your son or daughter is playing with a program that they're going to get better.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to play and be with somebody that's going to coach them. Not somebody that's just going to stand on the sideline or sit in the chair and just stand there and really don't know what they're doing.
Right.
You know, and then if you really, really want to get recruited, you got to play for a high-level circuit team. You just have to. Because other than that, it's no college coach that's going to come see you play.
Right.
It's just not. It's okay to do it to have fun. You know, you want to have fun. You can't come back and do this again. So I don't have nothing wrong with the mom and pop teams, but I think the problem is that people are giving them false hopes. That's what they're doing.
Coach, I got 2 questions for you, man, and these are good questions, and I'm interested to hear your thoughts on it. But just because you said that, I'm gonna ask this one first. A kid in high school, should he play AAU? Do you think if he don't play AAU, will he get recruited from high school, or how should he? What is more important, AAU or high school basketball?
See, high school basketball.
Okay.
Is more important, and I say that because you're there for 4 years.
Okay.
You're under the same coach. Okay, let me back up. Let me backtrack.
It seems like
high school basketball, if you're with the right program and the right coach that's going to teach you, hold you accountable, and help you become a basketball player. Now, on the other hand, as far as being seen,
okay,
if you're at that level, you're going to be really seen on the circuit.
AAU seem like it exposes you more.
Because think about this. How many times, y'all been to a lot of high school games, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many times do you see college coaches at the games?
Oh, that's over with.
Yeah.
And why is that?
Right.
Why is that?
I think because of the talent is not.
They can see them on the circuit. They can go to one location in a tournament and see all these kids. Oh, social media too.
Well, no, the biggest thing is they're playing the same time high school's playing.
True.
So their season is the same time as high school. So how do they have time to travel everywhere and see you? Now, if you're big enough,
they'll come out.
They'll send somebody out to see you, or they'll come see you if you're big enough. But if you're not, then they're going to see you on that circuit. And that's why so many kids now are getting left behind, because they're not coming to see them in high school.
Yeah.
And they're not playing with a circuit team, but they get on these mom and pop teams and they think they're going to get seen, and they're not. Yeah. So it's important to really work hard on your game. Now, a lot of people ask me, they say, Coach, should my son or play AAU, or should we just stay around and work out for the summer? Should we just work out all summer, or should we play AAU?
Yeah.
So my question is, I would say play AAU, because that's on the weekend. Mm-hmm. You got 5 days during the week to work out.
Yeah.
Never stop working out.
Yeah.
No matter what it is. Never stop working out.
Mm-hmm.
But the kids that you see are successful, and the kids that you hear about are the ones that have a work ethic.
Right.
If a kid doesn't have a work ethic and really wants to work, they're going to get left behind anyway.
Man, Coach, one time, man, we had and he he illuminated us, man, just like you're doing. You educating us, man. You educating our viewing audience and everything. Greg Simpson, he was on our show, man, and you know I'm a football player, so he was talking about his own experience. You know, he played for Ohio State and transfer all that, but he said when he was playing AAU, he was playing against Jason Kidd and Allen Iverson and all these, but then he'll go back to high school ball where they wasn't playing AAU and playing these people that really wasn't up to speed. And then he said, man, so he was able to just dominate the game. Now I look at, to me, now that I'm in the AAU world because of my daughter, it's almost like, how can you not play AAU where the competition is training and playing AAU? So if you're just, you know, and I see it with my daughter, girls that's just playing for the team, then they're done when the season is over, then they coming back. It's so much growth and competition that's going on all year round with this AAU. So if you're not playing AAU, it seems like almost like you really can't compete. You know,
you need that competition.
You need that competition.
You need that competition. But I've been knowing Greg. Greg played with us.
Oh, did he?
For us, yeah. So I've been knowing Greg a long time.
Oh, wow.
Greg was special. And see, what happens is, like, you'll see kids that may average 30 points a game in high school.
Yeah.
And when they get out on that circuit,
6, 7,
maybe 6, 7, 10 points a game.
See,
if you're not him, right?
Yeah.
If you ain't got that dog in you and you get out on that circuit, you got to have that dog in you. You got to be able to play.
Right.
And because you're going up against some dogs.
Mm.
So you got to remember that, especially with us, Phenom now.
Yeah.
You know, every time we play, you know, they're coming after us.
They're coming.
You know, the gyms are packed. People want to see us play. Like we just played this weekend down in Indianapolis, and we played the Wildcats, who's one of the top teams in the country. The 17 group with Taylor Kinney.
Oh, really?
You know, who's a top 20 player. And they had another top 20 player. And it was a dog fight. So that kind of competition, if you ain't ready for it, if you ain't ready for stuff like that, then, you know. But no, AAU helps you. It really does. Yeah. It really does help you.
Man. Hey, Reese, I'm sorry, brother.
Go ahead.
This question. This is the question I
really You really asking all this because your daughter in AAU right now. You're trying to pick his brain. Go ahead, though.
We got a great mind here, man.
You're educating the dad. You know, you was talking about them dads earlier that like the rankings and all that. Go ahead, though.
I want to get your take on what you think about this because I never knew this until I got into the AAU world. A lot of parents, I don't even know if it's a lot, but they're reclassing their kids. Now, is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? Do people frown upon that or do they not? What's your thoughts on that?
My thoughts is if your kid...
somebody might not know what reclassing is.
So reclassing is being able to go forward or step backwards. Mm-hmm. So now, but you can only go forward if you're a senior.
Oh, okay.
Okay, look at, I'll give you a prime example, is Sonny Styles.
Okay.
Yeah. But there, and not only that, but my boy that played at Pick North. Well, no, Sonny left. Yep. And what's his name? Played at Pick North. That's my guy. Just played football. Just got drafted. Sawyer. So yeah. Jack did the same thing.
Okay.
So a lot of players are doing the same thing. One of the top players in the country right now is about to reclass and just go to college and not even play a senior year. So it's happening a lot now. But what people are doing with their kids at an early age is, I have a son, Jordan, who I probably should have reclassed, right?
Okay.
Because he wasn't at that level yet. And he was a young, so he graduated at 17. So he was a young, right? And I could have reclassed him, which would have worked out good for him. But so reclassing can be good if your kid is of age and he's not ready yet. Okay. And you say, well, we'll stay right here and let you continue to work and get better. So it'll put you on the right path as you go.
That's good.
But then you also have kids that are okay, but they still reclass them because they want them to be better than everybody else in their class.
So it boils down to the motives.
Yeah, but then a lot of them is, you know, so when you're playing AAU and you're playing 16U, you're older than all the 16Us because you're a 17U.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Right.
You know, so it can be good and it can be bad, but it's so big right now, reclassing.
Yeah.
Did you reclass your daughter?
No, I ain't reclassed.
Did you think about it?
I really didn't know like I would love to do it, but she's so smart. She's excelling in her academics. She never had a B. She's a straight A student. She's in gifted honors classes.
Wow.
So I was like, man, I can't reclass her.
No. You can only do that though. 8th grade or 7th grade. You can't. When you get to high school, you can't reclass unless you're a senior.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. You can't be in the 9th grade or 10th grade and reclass and come back.
So when Reese flunked twice, he didn't get. Is that a reclass? I'm just saying.
We'll say that was a reclass.
Because I was a junior and he was really supposed to be a freshman in college. He walking around with a mustache. He's more mature than us. He's running circles around us, man.
Oh man!
Ain't you older than me? Ain't you older than me? I thought you was older than me, man. Last time I checked, you was older than that.
I can't you, man. I'm just joking.
Is it any like, man, is it any hope when we look at the state of this portal? We look at the type of money that's being thrown around with the NIL. We look at now, the AAU circuit is. I mean, everything is top dollar. Like, is any hope of getting back to when we was, that's 20 years ago when we was in high school? It was really just, man, the top talent really is on that circuit, and it wasn't no bunch of mom and pops, and it wasn't no. Is it any hope to get back to that, or is it just
it's over? It's over, Doc.
There's no hope. We want to say with Jesse Jackson's favorite phrase, keep hope alive. But this hope is not alive. It's gone, buried, and you can forget about it because now it's there.
Yeah.
Now they can minimize it and structure it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not going nowhere. It's there. Just imagine the way it is now. And if they don't structure it, can you imagine how it's going to be in 3 years, say, 4 years? It's crazy. It's just crazy. And even AAU now, if you probably saw a post I posted a couple of weeks ago where I said I might just
be done with it.
Yeah, because AAU now is so treacherous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so treacherous right now because, especially with your top teams in the state, everybody's recruiting the same players. You want the same. Everybody's going after the same players. So these parents, they're hearing stuff from everybody. But the one thing that they know who's the best in the state.
Who is that, brother?
Go ahead, tell us who's the best in the state.
If you don't know, go to his page.
I'm going to stay humble.
Yeah. We can't man, we about to wrap this up. Unbelievable interview.
Man.
Tune in to Rick and Reese. It's Rick and Reese. Yes, sir. It's Rick and Reese. It's Rick and Reese. Yes, sir. It's Rick and Reese. You could be all over the world, but you here with me. And we appreciate that. It's Rick and Reese.
Now I want to ask y'all something though. I'm gonna put y'all on the spot. Y'all love high school basketball, right? So when high school season come around, there's no reason why we shouldn't do either a bi-weekly show on high school basketball, keep everybody updated on what's going on, have some special guests. I'm asking y'all now.
In the Rick and Reese. It's Rick and Reese. Yes, sir. It's Rick and Reese. It's Rick and Reese. Yes, sir. It's Rick and Reese. You could be all over the world, but you here with me. And we appreciate that. It's Rick and Reese.